guys! Welcome to Cup of Teach. In this video, we are going to talk about integers and absolute value. Our targets in this video is first, to recall integers. Second, represent some situations using integers. Third, define absolute value. And last, find the unknown given the absolute value of the number. Let us recall integers. Integers are real numbers consisting of whole numbers and their opposites or the additive inverse. So, we have here a number line kasi 'di ba, ang real numbers, ito yung mga numbers na makikita natin sa number line. So, si integers ay combination ng whole numbers. So, these are the whole numbers. Ayan. And this part is also what we call the positive numbers. Ito namang part na to, on the other side, is the opposites of the positive numbers, which is also called the negative numbers. And as you go papuntang right side, the values are larger. Mas malalaki yung values on the right side. Kapag naman papunta ka ng left, the values are smaller. Okay, so for example, let us try to compare the values of two integers. Let's have negative 5 and positive 4. So negative 5 is located here and positive 4 is located here. As you can see, negative 5 is on the left side. Nasa left side siya ni 4. Nasa left. And sabi natin, kapag papunta ka ng left, kapag nasa left ka, the value is smaller. So, ano ang mas malaki? Negative 5 o positive 4? Okay, very good. Ang mas malaki ay yung positive 4. So, what symbol are we going to use? What comparing symbol are we going to use? So, meron tayo tatlong comparing symbol. We have the greater than. Okay, so yung greater than, ito yon. Nakabuka siya on the left side. We have the less than. Ito naman yun. Nakabuka siya on the right side. And we have the equal to. Ayan. So, which of the three ang gagamitin natin to compare? So, kung nalilito kayo sa gagamitin ninyo, kung sino yung mas malaki, kung nasan yung mas malaki, doon dapat yung buka. So, since si positive 4 ang mas malaki, yung gagamitin mong symbol ay yung nakabuka kay positive 4, which is less than. So, we have negative 5 is less than positive 4. Let us have this activity. Integers can also be used in real-life situations. Let us try to apply this concept to answer this activity. So in this activity, we are going to familiarize ourselves in the concept of oppositeness ng integers. So we have here the situation, how to represent the situation in integers, and the opposite of the situation, and how to represent the opposite. So the situation, walk 3 kilometers to the east. So, sa compass, ang east ay nasa kanan or nasa right side. So, pag nasa right side tayo, andun yung ating mga positive numbers. Kaya, si walk 3 kilometers to the east, dahil east, kanan, positive, it should be positive 3. And the opposite of the situation is walk 3 kilometers. Siyempre, dun sa kabila ng east, which is west. And the representation of the opposite, si west ay nasa kaliwa. And ang nasa kaliwa is the negative numbers. Kaya, the representation is negative 3. Next, we have 4 steps forward. So, kapag forward, we're going to use positive. So, this is positive 4. The opposite of forward is backwards. Kaya, ang ating opposite ng situation, 4 steps backward. And the representation of the opposite is negative 4. How about 5 floors below? So, below, nasa baba. So, we have negative 5. And the opposite of the situation is 5 floors above. The representation of the opposite is, kung negative 5 yung isa, yung opposite niya is positive 5. Next, 10 pesos profit. When we say profit, kita. Yung kinita, yung tinubo. So, kapag ikaw ay tumubo, that is positive. So, the representation is positive. The opposite of the situation. So, ano yung opposite ng tubo or kita? Utang. So, we have 10 pesos debt. And kapag may utang ka, that is automatic negative. So, which is negative 10. Next, 7 points deduction. Nabawasan, deduction. So, we have negative. Negative 7. And the opposite of 7 points deduction is 7 points addition. And the representation of the opposite, positive 7. Next, 2 hours early. So, pag early, that is positive. So, 2 hours early is positive 2. And the opposite is 2 hours late. And the representation of the opposite, so syempre late, that is negative 2. Okay, let's try another one. But this time, let us compare the following by using greater than, less than, or equal to. Tandaan, kung nalilito kayo doon sa greater than or less than, kung saan nakabuka yung symbol, kung nasan yung buka, nandoon yung mas malaking value. Okay? So, we will have a number line here as your guide. Let's have the first one. Negative 1, blank, positive 1. Negative 1 is here. And positive 1 is here. So, yung ating negative 1 ay on the left side of positive 1. So, dahil nasa left side siya, it means negative 1 is smaller. So, saan nakaharap yung ating symbol? Kay positive 1. Therefore, negative 1 is less than 1. Next, negative 3, blank, negative 4. We have here negative 3. And we have here negative 4. So, negative 3 is located on the right side of negative 4. At kapag nasa right side siya, ibig sabihin, mas malaki ang kanyang value. So, dahil mas malaki yung value ni negative 3, sa kanya nakaharap yung opening ng symbol. Okay? So, this one, the answer, negative 3 is greater than negative 4. Next, positive 12, blank, negative 12. Paano yan? Wala tayong negative 12. Okay? Kaya meron tayong arrow dito sa ating number line. So, ang ibig sabihin niyan, dalawang arrow na yan ay pwedeng ma-extend ang ating number line. So, kapag in-extend natin ang number line natin, makikita natin dito si 11. makikita mo dito si 12, si 13, and so on. Okay? Pag in-extend mo tong linya na to. Same as doon sa kabilang side. So, pag in-extend po yan, we will have here negative 11, negative 12, negative 13, and so on. Okay? So, si negative 12, or si positive 12 rather, ay naandito sa side na to. Si negative 12 naman ay nandito. Okay, since si positive 12 ay makikita natin on the right side ng ating negative 12, therefore, mas malaki ang value ni positive 12. So, ang sign natin, or ang symbol natin, nakabuka kay positive 12. Positive 12 is greater than negative 12. Next, 0 is 0 blank negative 3. 0 is here. Negative 3 is here. 0 is located on the right side ng negative 3. Therefore, mas malaki si 0. So, dahil mas malaki si 0, sa kanya nakabukas yung ating symbol. The answer is 0 is greater than negative 3. Lagi niyong tatandaan na lahat ng positive numbers ay mas malaki kaysa kay negative numbers. Okay? Now, let's have the second or the last activity. Arrange the following integers. So, the first one, we have to arrange it from highest to lowest. We have 4, 7, negative 2, 0, 5, negative 6, and 1. Okay? So, ang pinakamauuna natin, since highest tayo, highest to lowest, yung pinakamataas. Our highest is 7. Then, susundan ni 5. Then, 4. Then, 1. Next is 0, negative 2, and negative 6. So, that is our answer. 7, 5, 4, 1, 0, negative 2, and negative 6. How about lowest to highest? We have negative 12, 5, 13, 6, negative 2, negative 5, and negative 1. So, pinakamababang value muna. Ang pinakamababang value natin dito is negative 12. Susundan ni negative 5. And then we have negative 2. And then we have negative 1. Next is positive 5, positive 6, and positive 13. Okay? So, sa negative numbers, mas malaki yung number niya, like this one, yung negative 12, mas malaki yung number niya, mas maliit yung value. Kapag naman positive, mas maliit yung number, mas maliit yung value. So, I have here a question. What is the additive inverse of 3? When we say additive inverse, the opposite. So, the opposite of 3 is negative 3. Let us plot 3 and its additive inverse in a number line. So, we have here the number line, and positive 3 is here. Negative 3 naman is here. Okay? From 0 to positive 3, the distance is 3. From 0 to negative 3, the distance is also 3. Pareho yung kanyang distansya. So, ano ba yung distance? Ito, distance from 0. So, 1, 2, 3. Ito din. 1, 2, and 3. Since they have the same distance from 0, though in opposite direction, they have the same absolute value. In this case, 3. The notation for absolute value is to put straight lines on both sides of the number. So, this straight line is the symbol for absolute value. Itong straight line na dalawang to. And this statement is read as the absolute value of 3. Ito namang statement na to, this one, the absolute value of negative 3. Absolute value describes the distance of a number on the number line from 0 without considering which direction from 0 the number lies. If it's a distance, then the absolute value of a number is never negative. Let's have an example. What is the absolute value of 5? Denoted by this symbol, yung straight lines na nasa gitna niya is the number. This is read as the absolute value of 5. So we have here the number line. So from 0, the distance from 0 and 5. So here is our positive 5. Let's count the distance from 0. Ito yung 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Therefore, the absolute value of 5 is equal to 5. So, para madali, kahit na anong number on the inside of the absolute value, kahit pa negative 5 yan or positive 5, the answer will always be positive. The number inside but positive. So, kung meron tayong the absolute value of negative 5, so if you have the absolute value of negative 5, kahit hindi mo na bilangin dun sa number line, the answer is always be positive 5. Kasi it should never be negative since distance siya. Next example, what numbers have an absolute value of 4? So dahil hindi natin alam yung number, let us represent it by x. The absolute value of x is 4. Okay, so the absolute value of x is 4. What is the value of x? We're looking for this. Anong number yun nandyan kay x? So, ang absolute value niya is 4. So, meron lamang tayong dalawang number na pwede mag-result sa absolute value na 4. So, it's either positive 4 or negative 4. So, the answer for x can be equal to 4 and x can also be equal to negative 4. Let's have this activity. Give the value of the following. So, the first one, the absolute value of 0. So, wala namang negative, walang opposite si 0, wala siyang negative, wala rin siyang positive. Therefore, the answer is simply 0. Next, the absolute value of negative 4. Okay? So, tandaan, laging positive ang sagot. Positive 4. Next, the absolute value of 9. Again, laging positive ang sagot since we are talking about distance. Positive 9. Next, the negative absolute value of positive 2. So, as you can see here, meron tayong negative pero nasa labas. So, paano ang magiging sagot natin dyan? Yung sa ating nasa loob na absolute value, that is always positive. Alam naman natin yan. Pero since meron tayong negative on the outside, so the answer will be negative 2. So, dun lang kayo magkakaroon ng negative na sagot kapag merong negative sa labas ng inyong absolute value. Next, the absolute value of negative 1. O, nasa loob yung ating negative. Therefore, the answer is positive. Next, let's have number 6. The negative absolute value of negative 5. So, meron tayong negative sa labas, merong negative sa loob. Yung nasa loob, automatic, ang magiging sagot is positive. Pero dahil meron tayong negative sa labas ng absolute value, the answer is negative 5. Next, negative 6 plus 3. What is 6 plus 3? The answer is 9. So, the absolute value of 9, the negative absolute value, sorry. So, this one is always positive, yung nasa loob, pero dahil meron tayong negative sa labas, the answer is negative 9. Next, absolute value of 10 plus the absolute value of 2. So, the absolute value of 10 is, of course, 10. The absolute value of 2 is 2. So, 10 plus 2, we have positive 12. Next, the negative absolute value of 7 minus 3. So, 7 minus 3, we have 4. Okay? So, ang natira, the negative absolute value of 4. So, the answer will be negative 4. Next, list all the possible integers that can replace x to make the statement true. Okay, the absolute value of x is equal to 3. There are only two integers na makakapagbigay ng absolute value of 3. They are positive 3 and negative 3. Therefore, x is equal to 3 and negative 3. Next, the absolute value of x is equal to 6. Okay, so same with number 10. Meron lamang tayong dalawang integers na makapagbibigay ng absolute value na 6. They are positive 6 and negative 6. Therefore, x is equal to 6 and negative 6. How about the absolute value of x is less than 4? Okay, so less than 4. What are the integers na less than 4 na pwede maging sagot sa absolute value? So, alam naman natin na laging positive lang ang absolute value. So, hindi na po pwede yung mga negative numbers. So, ang mga possible lang natin na sagot dyan is 3, 2, 1, and 0. And what are the integers that can give us the absolute value of 3, 2, 1, and 0? So, the answers are x is equal to 0 kasi absolute value of 0 is 0. Pwede ring 1 and negative 1. They can give the absolute value of 1. Next, we have 2 and negative 2. And lastly, we have 3 and negative 3. How about the absolute value of x is less than or equal to 4? Okay, when we say equal to, less than or equal to, pwedeng mababa siya or same niya ng value. So, kasama na natin si 4 dyan. So, ang absolute values natin, pwedeng 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. So, ang ating mga integers na pwede magbigay ng absolute value na 4, 3, 2, 1, at 0 are these integers. So, same lang doon sa nasa answer natin sa taas. It's just that, nadagdagan lang tayo ng 4 and negative 4 because of the symbol is equal to 4. Okay guys, well done. And before we end this video, let's have a recap. So, absolute value describes the distance of a number on the number line from 0 without considering which direction from 0 the number lies. If it is a distance, then the absolute value of a number is never negative. Okay? So, if we have the absolute value of positive 4, so here is positive 4. The distance from 0 is 4. So, distance yan, dapat laging positive. If we have the absolute value of negative 6, here is our negative 6. So if we count the distance from 0, the answer is positive 6. Okay guys? Kapag absolute value, the answer is always positive. Thank you for watching. That's it for this video. If you learned something here, don't forget to like and subscribe to Cup of Teach. See you on the next lesson. Bye!